Oh, hello. Welcome to my kitchen. Over the past cycle, I've spent time working on a rump roast recipe that also includes making mashed potatoes and gravy from scratch. Although the recipe was rather basic, this meal took a lot of time to make. Between preparing the potatoes, gravy, and meat, the actual process took around 2 to 3 hours. I first seasoned the meat with a little bit of steak seasoning. Other than that, the meat didn't require very much preparation, I just had to put it in the oven. In the recipe, I was directed to preheat the oven for 400 degrees and let it cook for 30 minutes at that temperature. And then I was supposed to cook the rest of the time at 325. For every pound of meat, I was to cook the meat for 30 minutes. This turned out to be a really effective formula as the meat came out cooked all the way through. While the meat cooked, I began preparing the potatoes. I first started boiling the waters that the potatoes would be cooked in. Next, I began peeling the potatoes, which, let me tell you, was possibly the most difficult step of this process. I know that sounds dumb, but seeing my mom use the peeler with such ease clearly misled me, because for someone like me, it was something that I had to get used to. After the first 2 potatoes, I started getting the handle of it, and realized my issue was in the way that I was holding the peeler. I then boiled the potatoes until they were soft enough that a knife could sink through them without much pressure. So to test this, I simply had to stick a knife into the potato without much pressure, and it would sink all the way through. Finally, I put them in the mixer and gradually added butter and milk until they reached my desired consistency. The final step of the process was to make the gravy. The gravy consists of adding hot water to the juices from in the pan that the meat cooked, and then adding a water and flour solution to it. The key to making a consistent, smooth gravy is to add the flour and water solution slowly while stirring continuously. The issue that I ran into was I poured too much of the flour-water solution in too fast and I wasn't stirring enough, so the gravy had some lumps. I was left with not only a delicious meal, but also many new cooking skills.